I'm loving Dr. Ratio. So let's just get right into the showcase here. This is MoC 12 against Kafka, and for the teammates, we do have Ranmei, Tingyun, and Pela. So right off the bat, we are going to use Tingyun's ult, and we instead of Dance Dance Dance, we do have Bronya's lightcone, which means that we are going to gain a skill point instead of getting the action advance, but the action advance isn't too necessary because we do get the speed from Tingyun's benediction, right, when Ratio uses his ult, and from Ranmei's talent, right, which just benefits everybody. Now, since we do have resolution on Pela, we're going to get 2 instances of defense shred, 3 if you include her talent, which means that now, thanks to Ratio's light cone, the defense shred is just crazy, through the roof. So now we are going to skill because we want to wait until Ranmei's ult is up before we can start getting those Wise Man Folly ticks out of the way. Now, thanks to the ult, right, from Ranmei, that break did a ton more damage than it normally would have, which is great. And now that's enough just to wipe it out. We don't even need to use Tingyun's ult to give him the damage boost, but we are going to use it now because if we can kill this enemy with just a skill, his talent will bleed over into the next turn, right? And depending on which one it hits, then we can decide which order of actions we want to take. So the left guy means that now we are going to get enough toughness damage on him with just one skill. So now we can focus our ult and our skill, our second skill, on Kafka, right? Which is great because we don't want to commit too much to the left guy if it's not necessary. So thankfully Ranmei got imprisoned here, or dominated. It's either Ranmei or Pela. So Pela is built with 67 effect res, so she can either resist it or Ranmei just takes it, right? Now, this ult on Kafka is perfect, will deal a good amount of toughness, which is very, very important, and as you can see, this skill leaves it with just enough toughness so that the talent will take it out, and 209, it's dead, right? And this is where I kind of made a misplay. I actually got hit enough, so I think a basic would have got my ult up, but instead, I did opt for a skill. Now, if she was fast enough, you could see that she's 2 action value away from getting her 3rd action in the cycle. Very, very unfortunate, but thankfully I got bailed out because we dealt enough toughness to Kafka. So with our ult that we'll get up right after this skill, we will be able to finish her off. And even if the raw damage from the ult doesn't, the break damage will take her out. So perfect. Let's get into the builds. So, Dr. Ratio is 114, which means that he is on attack boots. Now, he does have his light cone, which synergizes great with Ranmei's E1 and all forms of defense shred, and that's why he's also on the quantum set for more defense shred. And I do have him on the attack rope just because substats are king, right? Now, for Ranmei, she is built as slow as possible with just break effect and enough effect res to activate Keel. And she does have her beautiful neuronic embroidery. Okay, although it's not too necessary. I think you will be able to get enough damage without that. Now for Tingyun, she is built as fast as possible. Unfortunately, not fast enough to get her 3rd action. That was just like a building mistake, but not really, because I just can't roll another speed piece for her to have an on piece Von Whack. And Pela is built with as much effect res as I could build on her, so 67 is enough to make it kind of like a... I actually don't know what the math is against Kafka's Dominate versus that effect res. I should calculate that so I can figure it out. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys can cook up with Ratio, and I appreciate it. Subscribe. Adios.